thrown his attorney, basically Michael Cohen, under the bus in the process, put him in dire straits with the State Bar of New York, because according to the president now, Mr. Cohen was negotiating this agreement and doing this all on his own without consultation with the president. We don't necessarily believe that, by the way, and we're going to test the veracity or truthfulness of the statement. But, you know, Anderson, we knew sooner or later he was going to crack. This is a man that is not disciplined. He's not a disciplined client. And we knew sooner or later it was going to happen. We were patient, and lo and behold, the gift came from the heaven this afternoon when he responded to this question on Air Force One, which he should have never responded to. He should have left it alone, and now he's put himself and he's put Mr. Cohen in a world of hurt.
That was Michael Avenatti earlier tonight. Joining us now is former Trump campaign aide Michael Caputo and Karine Jean-Pierre, senior advisor to MoveOn.org. Thanks for being with us, both of you. Michael, so the president is known for saying things that for speaking off the cuff about a lot of things. He has remained silent until now on this. Do you think it was wise for him to answer those questions, Michael?
Well, I'm not an attorney, so I can't tell you whether it's wise or not. I think Mr. Avenatti made his point very clear. But you know what my real concern is here, Anderson, is the following. It's not really Mr. Avenatti or Stormy Daniels. It's Director Mueller, because if Ken Starr can get from Whitewater all the way to questions about personal intimacy in order to wrap up Bill Clinton, this is a peril for the president as well. And if Director Mueller feels like he needs to go there, and I think a lot of attorneys could connect the dots to make it relevant, this is a perilous situation.
Well, Karine, Michael raises a really interesting point. I mean, if Michael Cohen has violated campaign finance laws, that does opens a door for Robert Mueller to actually have something on Michael Cohen if, in fact, he wants to try to get at Michael Cohen and get Michael Cohen to flip if there's anything for him to flip about.
I think that's exactly right. Michael Cohen was already at the epicenter of the Mueller investigation already. So now you have this potential hush money, this payment that was made to Stormy Daniels 11 days before a presidential election, and the lies and the cover-up. Because it's not about the affair. It's the cover-up that we continue to see, and the lies from Donald Trump and others around this that has been made this very troublesome. And so, yes, this $130,000 would be considered an in-kind contribution if Donald Trump is saying that he didn't know about this money, which, guess what, is about $126,500 more than Michael Cohen is allowed to give. So this is incredibly problematic, especially if you look at the timing. I think the timing here is the issue.
It's also interesting, Michael, because Daniel's attorney now is refiling his motion to depose not only Michael Cohen, but to actually depose President Trump. And obviously the president and Michael Cohen have been wanting to get this into arbitration, which under the rules of the NDA, which Avenatti says is not valid because the president didn't sign it, it calls for arbitration. But Avenatti says under the rules in California, in the federal district where this now is, there's actually they can take depositions even to determine the arbitration. So Avenatti feels like he's in a good position to actually be able to depose the president of the United States. Does that worry you to have the president under oath speaking to an attorney on these issues?
Well, the president is experienced in litigation. He's been deposed many, many times before. I don't like the idea of Mr. Avenatti or Stormy Daniels being able to depose the president, of course. I'm hoping their 15 minutes of fame is up soon. I'm much more concerned about Director Mueller, and I think that we can learn a lot from Ken Starr and Bill Clinton in this, and I think the president's lawyers need to be on alert whether this is something that actually happened between the president and Stormy Daniels or not.
Karine, do you think it was wise for the president to publicly weigh in on this? I mean, it would be difficult for him not to, given he's on an aircraft. It's not like, he's walking to a helicopter. He came back to the press, obviously, because there were things he wanted to talk to the press about. Maybe he didn't expect this question to be one of them.
Well, he should have expected it. I don't understand why he would not have. This has been a story that has been playing on and on for several weeks. So that's confusing why Donald Trump would not know. But look, Donald Trump is, and I've said this before, he can't put a sentence together without lying. He has no credibility. Washington Post put out a story not too long ago where they said the first 400 days ways. He lied, misled about 2,500 times. So this is just the president that we have now. What we're seeing is a porn star has more credibility than the president of the United States, and that's a very sad place to be.
Michael, do you want to respond to that?
No, I do believe that it's difficult to sit on CNN over and over and over again and talk about a woman who gets paid for sex. You know, I find it distasteful. I wish we weren't talking about this. But as we talked about before, Anderson, you know, when I first met the president in 1988, he was a playboy and was cultivating that image. I think the fact that he was a playboy earlier in life is something that's baked into his presidency, baked into his candidacy. I don't think this hurts him. I just want to be sure that the legal perils are paid attention to.
Michael Caputo, Jean Pierre, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Just ahead tonight, we're going to return to the Texas border with Mexico, see how one local sheriff is reacting to President Trump's plan to have National Guard troops help with border security.